This is a photograph of Brian Ellsworth Barr, who later became actor Gig Young. Now, this is one of the most tragic figures ever to come out of Hollywood. Brian Barr was born in St. Cloud, Minnesota on the 4th day of November 1913 to John and Emma Barr. The family at some time moved to Washington, D.C., where John worked as a food broker. Now, Brian became interested in acting while participating in high school plays. And it's said that after high school that he actually hitchhiked to Los Angeles, hoping to one day become an actor. He worked at several different jobs, but somehow he managed to get into the prestigious Pasadena Community Playhouse. And there he was spotted by a talent scout from Warner Brothers. He was given a contract to play as a supporting actor. And in 1939, he met and married his first wife, actress Sheila Stapler. In 1941, Brian Barr made his first acting debut in movies, in You're in the Army Now. And then a year later, in 1942, he played a character named Gig Young. And this was in The Gay Sisters, which starred Barbara Stanwyck. Brian loved the name Gig Young so much that he took it as his own, with studio permission, of course. And they also had another actor that was using the name Brian Barr. So from then on, he was known as Gig Young, and all his credits was under the name Gig Young. And before that, all of his credits were Brian Barr. Now, during the 50s and 60s, Gig Young became one of the best-known supporting actors in Hollywood. However, his drinking and depression began to get worse. Although for years he could still control it on the job. And in 1950, he married his second wife, Sophia Rosenstein. She was a performer and a dramatic coach. Unfortunately, Sophia died of cancer in 1952, a couple of years later. And in 1956, he married Elizabeth Montgomery. She was the daughter of Robert Montgomery. They remained married until 1963. Now, a year later, in 1964, of course, Elizabeth Montgomery became Samantha on the Bewitched television program. Elizabeth filed on the grounds of mental and physical abuse from alcoholism. That same year, Gig married Elaine Williams, a Hollywood realtor. They remained married until 1966. There was one daughter born from that marriage, Jennifer Young, and she was born in 1964. Now, in 1969, Gig won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in They Shoot Horses, Don't They?, starring Jane Fonda. At that time, he was at the pinnacle of his career. Unfortunately, after that, his drinking and depression began to get worse. He began to lose parts because of his drinking, and what parts he did find was from lesser-known movies. His depression began to grow deep and dark. And on the 19th day of October, 1976, in his Manhattan apartment. Gig Young, according to police investigations, not only shot himself with one of the several guns that he kept, but also shot and killed his fifth wife of only 3 weeks, Kim Smith, a young German woman. This murder and suicide was contributed to his severe drinking and deep depression. Gig Young's star is located at 6821 Hollywood Boulevard. Gig Young is buried in a family plot at the Green Hill Cemetery in Waynesville, North Carolina, under his original name, Brian Barr. He was 64 years old.